the Seminoles will kick it away to start us off. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Florida's offense will go on the attack first. And guys, this was an interesting, if not confounding, experience to watch last year. We'd seen Florida State's issues all season, but it really felt as if the changing of the guard happened with the way the Gators just dismantled them.
It was a very sloppy game from Florida, too, even though they got the dominant win.
He's got it on the outside. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. You go with the first snap of the game, and you make a big play like that, your confidence just soars.
And I don't know if the defense was sleepwalking here, Reese, but it's almost as if they didn't know the game had actually started. They were just kind of lethargic in the back end. I don't think they were anticipating this offense taking a shot on the first play.
They used a chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. The give to the back. Steamrolls his way ahead. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And the Gators in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Off play action. Caught in the backfield, it's Hansen. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Because it freezes those linebackers, it freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run, and then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Handoff from the gun. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
The Gators can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Going to the run, it's Ball. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know, if you want to run the ball up the middle, you're going to have to block that guy. I mean, nobody even touched him, and he slanted right into the backfield, made the tackle for loss.
Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this 3rd and short. To the air, it's Lagway. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down.
Oh, those are those opportunities in the game. You got a chance to take points off the board, make a big play, and you just couldn't squeeze the interception. That's one of those plays coaches come back to, talk about, say, think if we get this pick and we start taking this the other direction and we take points off the scoreboard.
It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Coming out with it, it's Lucas. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So Florida State's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, they can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
Wants to go up top on first down. The short hands, it's McLaughlin. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. It's almost incomprehensible to think the Noles failed to break 17 points 10 times a season ago. That's a year after being prolific, Jesse. So what are the keys to regaining some form?
Now, Reese, I think it's the quarterback position. I think this team was spoiled in a lot of ways when they had Jordan Travis. And they obviously had so much NFL talent surrounding him, but they had a leader. They had a guy that everybody could look at when times got tough and believe in. Someone has got to be able to establish themselves at the quarterback position for this team to get back to its winning ways.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking to pass. It's Castellanos. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. You see a Gator bringing the heat like that, you think about Derek Harvey, who was the MVP of the national championship game in 06.
And Alex Brown and Javon Curse, they had a long list of guys that could really make the quarterback's life difficult. You gotta put pressure on the quarterback. You gotta affect him. Really nice job on this play.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
And the Seminoles will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Sturdivant. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Looking to throw on 1st down. Avoids pressure. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
A loss of 2 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. 1st down sack, pushes it back. Now it's 2nd down. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Breaks into the open. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. The Gator ground game is lurking in the murky waters, and it has been most effective.
Yeah, we've seen them in the past, man. When Florida's really, really cooking, they've got some good backs. They've got some good balance, but they've got some physicality, and that's what you want to see from this unit.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Hard running there. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. Billy Napier fought his way off the hot seat last year as the Gators broke a 4-year bowl drought, something not seen since the mid-'80s in Gainesville, and this is a talented team with expectations.
They're riding a lot of momentum. You beat Ole Miss, you beat LSU to finish the season. You've got DJ Lagway back at quarterback, so there are a lot of people really excited in Gainesville for what these Gators might do.
And the schedule is incredibly challenging, but yet no longer the negativity. And now believing in Billy Napier, believing in Lagway, one of the most talented quarterbacks in the country. Interested to see how the Florida Gators look this year.
The Gators pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll try the run. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Keep it on the ground. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Looking to throw, it's Lagway. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida!
Quarterbacks love finding their tight ends down here in this area of the field. Big targets in small spaces. Nice work on that TD.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off, and you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. From the gun, running back gets the give. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires to the middle. Got his man. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the catch, it's Robinson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. Here comes the heat. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
Man, that's so frustrating, and it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
And the Noles have it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Castellanos. Now he's going to glide away from pressure.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
The Seminoles can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle, it's Robinson. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Love the location of the throw on that slant pass. Put it out in front of the receiver, put it on his face mask so he can catch it and try to advance.
Motion from the wide receiver. Turning it on. They They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And the Seminoles trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles! Quick strike through the air for the score.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Grabbed over the middle. It's Wilson. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. They'll immediately call timeout.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield and he moves the sticks.
That's caught. It's Hansen. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. It's Lagway. Shoots it to the left. It's caught downfield. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Right down the middle. Wide open downfield. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
Right. Second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. He's got it. They'll knock him down, and that will take us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellows, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Gators and Noles. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between Florida State and Florida plays out.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Pressure coming. And the quarterback is knocked down back in the 13. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
One thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. To the air, it's Castellanos. Fires to the big fella. Out across the 20, they'll mark him out of bounds right at the 21-yard line.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
You gotta love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch, you gave it the completion, whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long, you're gonna get the ball back, go get some water and celebrate.
Not going to risk a return here, he'll make the fair catch. They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Going with the ground game left. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
And the Gators send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Nice move there. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
They'll leave it with him. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
Hand off from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
This is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
The Seminoles are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. Got a man, it's Robinson. The Noles will punt it away on 4th down. They'll look to pin them deep. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Looking downfield on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Sturdivant. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. We've reached a break. It's Florida with the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So the final period starts with a second down play. Right back to it. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
The Gators really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Scanning the field, it's Lagway. Grab near the marker, it's Jackson. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. Here's the pressure. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Finds his tight end. There he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's what the running game can do for an offense. You run the football, you have some success. Then what do? You stick the ball out there, you pull it back, you run some play action, you complete the football, get a first down. Nice balance by this offense.
This offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. Caught behind the line. It's Wilson. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Caught in the backfield. It's Wilson. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Gators!
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. A 69-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Lucas. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. From the gun, the ground game. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And the D does it again. I feel like it's a repeat. We can play that over and over today. They've had a great game against the pass, against the run, limiting the big plays, and they do it again. Just watch them where they're supposed to be. They're physical. They don't give up a lot of tackles, a lot of yards after the tackle. Just a great performance by this D.
Snagged in the middle. It's White. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And when you're trailing by a couple possessions in the fourth quarter, you can't do much of this much more. I mean, this offense has to find a way to attack the sidelines, the middle of the field, deep down the field. It can't be the little dink and dunk. This offense has got to find some explosive plays.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. The throw to the outside is complete. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
The Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed behind the line, it's McLaughlin. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Hey, the defense is going to give you those all day. We're late in the game now. They've got the big lead. Expect them to play big zone defenses and try to keep the football in front of them. If you want to throw it short, they're just going to rally to the ball and just bleed this game out.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's White. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. Now on first down from the 40. Wants to go up top on first down. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And that's exactly what this defense needs to do. The clock is your friend. Try to keep them in bounds. No big plays, and let that clock just tick.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Might have led him a little too far. He's able to make the catch, but can't get the feet down in bounds.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look and the replay booth will overturn the call. To the air, it's Castellanos. He's going to take off. Working their way closer and closer, a third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
And that's the extra feel you get with this dude. I mean, unbelievable job dropping back to pass, but understanding third down, I can get it right now. I got a little bit of space right up the middle, pulls it down, runs it straight ahead, and goes and gets the big third down conversion.
Catch in the middle, it's McLaughlin. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Caught near the sticks, it's Robinson. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Slants are very tough to cover, but they become way tougher when you got a big body wide receiver like that. It's almost like basketball where he's boxing you out. He gets inside real quick, uses that big body to shield you off, and even if you're playing man-to-man, you just got to get him on the ground and try to disrupt him some way.
Here's a heat. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State.
And that sure feels like too little, too late. This offense, they needed to score and execute faster, but there's not enough time to me, man. This feels like this one's over.
getting set for the point after.
Ball for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. Lining up for the onside kick, just a few seconds to play, and they will need a miracle.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
It can get a little heated, and it did in this Sunshine State showdown, but it couldn't stop the boys from old Florida from stealing the headlines in this one. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Powell